Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the dollar signs and demystify the documents. This time we're diving into Quanterix's latest filing. Looks like they're trimming some fat, and we're here to tell you what that really means for the company and its future. Before we dive in, if you like getting these financial insights without the jargon, make sure you're subscribed and join our Discord community link down below. Quanterix Corporation, a company we've touched on before, has just made a significant announcement affecting its workforce. This isn't a quarterly earnings report, but it's a big deal for how the company is streamlining operations after a recent acquisition. So what's happening here is that Quanterix, after buying out Acquia Biosciences, has decided to let go of some of the top people at that newly acquired company. This is a pretty standard move after a big acquisition. Think of it like combining two households. Sometimes you need to simplify or make sure everyone is on the same page about the new rules and vision. The company says this is all about integration. They bought Acquia to make their business stronger. And part of that strength comes from saving money and operating more smoothly. They're expecting to save about $2.8 million every year thanks to these changes. This is a good sign that they are actively working to make the acquisition pay off. Now, saving money through layoffs usually comes with an upfront cost, and here's where we see that. Quanterix is expecting to spend about $3.3 million to make these terminations happen. Most of this cost will hit their books this year, 2025, mainly for paying out the severance packages that Acquia's executives were entitled to. It's like getting a new car. You save money on gas in the long run, but you have to pay for the car upfront. When we look at Quanterix's stock, it's traded on the Nasdaq under the ticker symbol QTRX. This is the platform where investors buy and sell shares of the company. Understanding this gives us context when thinking about how these workforce changes might be perceived by the market. And who's signing off on this? It's Vandana Sriram, the Chief Financial Officer. This tells us that these decisions are being overseen at the highest financial levels of the company, which is standard for significant financial actions like these. Now, what does this all mean for Quanterix? Well, it shows a company that's being proactive after an acquisition. They're not just buying companies, they're actively managing the integration to make sure it translates into financial benefits. The cost of $3.3 million in yearly savings, they should recoup that cost in a little over a year. That's a pretty solid return on what is essentially a restructuring investment. However, there's always a flip side. Layoffs, especially at the executive level, can sometimes lead to a loss of institutional knowledge or create uncertainty among the remaining staff. Quanterix acknowledges this by mentioning that actual results could differ from their estimates and that more charges might pop up. They've also included a standard forward-looking statements disclaimer, which is basically their way of saying that the future is unpredictable and their savings projections might not play out exactly as planned due to various risks. And for Quanterix, the big story here is post-acquisition synergy realization. They bought Acquia Biosciences and now they're making the tough but often necessary cuts to align the acquired entity with their own operational and financial goals. The goal is to be leaner and more profitable. It's a classic strategy to boost efficiency and shareholder value. Looking forward, investors will be watching to see if Quanterix can maintain its growth trajectory while integrating Acquia and realizing these expected cost savings. The success of this move will depend on their ability to manage the transition smoothly and ensure that the core business of Acquia continues to thrive under the new structure. So in simple terms, Quanterix is making some changes to save money after buying another company. They're spending money now to save more later. It's a calculated business move and we'll be keeping an eye on Quanterix to see if it pays off for them and their investors. Alright, that's our breakdown of Quanterix's latest filing. What's your take on these workforce changes and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.